Hey, so welcome back to the channel. It's WinterhelmGames and we're back with another video. Now this one is just me wanting to have a little bit of a talk about the Seeds of Renewal. It's patch 10.2.5, which has been announced by Warcraft for the next patch. Now we're still obviously finishing off everything with Guardians of the Dream. I still to finish off the Miracle questline myself. I think the final chapter is being released, or should be released this week, hopefully. But yeah, anyway, this one, I imagine it's being set up for some point early January for Seeds of Renewal. Of course, it means, thankfully, we're reclaiming Gilneas. So you look here, this Dragonflight unlocks worldwide dragon writing, Azurothian archives, reclaiming Gilneas, Dragonflight follower dungeons, Dragon Isle epilogues, and we'll see a lot more things. But the way they say their love is in the air holiday update, so I imagine they'll be doing all this before February. And they did say, I think they wanted to have every 8 weeks or so there'll be a patch to finish off Dragonflight leading up to the next expansion. So I think they're looking at least 3 or so more patches. So they'll say this one, if it's around January, then the next one could be around March, then probably early May leading to the summer, and then obviously the expansion in the autumn. So I'm hoping we'll get a bit more information about that, but it looks like that'll be the kind of path going forward in 2024. But I wanted to talk about this because obviously we've known now for a while that Greymane is looking to reclaim Gilneas. He obviously spoke with Callie Menethil and about helping this become a thing. Obviously this was when we were doing this back in Shadowlands. You've seen the quest line when you were going to Gilneas and that there and helping get things sorted, blah blah blah. Then Callie wants to convince the other members of the council to pull the Forsaken out. So obviously this did say this would take some time. We know now there has been a bit of a time skip, so we were looking at what, 3 to 5 years, maybe a bit longer, I suppose, in terms of for Callie to try and make this happen, or at least to convince the others for this, and then obviously time for that to start taking place. Again, to imagine, hopefully then he can walk straight in to Gilneas with land soldiers and make sure that they can just basically retake the city. But reclaiming Gilneas, from what we've heard from the developers, basically says King Greymane is ready to retake his kingdom, but Gilneas isn't as empty as he expected. So help him reclaim what was lost and return the kingdom to Gilnean hands. So the developers note they're saying reclaiming Gilneas won't be available for testing on the PTR, which I suppose is fair because obviously I imagine they'll want to keep everything close to their chest about what's going to happen within the quest and what we're doing. But we do know at least one aspect, and that is, I'm just looking up some images here. This here, Scarlet Crusade, is back in the next patch, leading onwards probably towards midnight in the second of the 3 expansions that were announced at BlizzCon 2023. Now, it looks like that's what we'll find in the city, or lurking around the darkness, is members of the Scarlet Crusade who are making Gilneas their home before they basically put their campaign back out there as what was noticed a while ago in their pamphlets that they were carrying. So this is what we'll likely be looking over. So it'll be interesting to see what will be happening. Obviously the city won't be empty then, but in terms of the quest lines, I wonder how much of it will be involving anything else, or will it just be involving the Scarlets? We'll have to wait and see. But obviously they'll be doing a city revamp then, but I'm hoping we'll see it progressional. I mean, it'd be good if they just give us it all straight away, but I imagine what they may do over the next lot of patches is we will see a progression of a rebuild of the city, so that we see exactly what's going to happen. Let's see if we can get another couple of shots, like this part here, which was the underwater docks. I would love to see this kind of revamped and brought back. But I'm going to go through the Gilneas as it is today, which is the end of November, almost, of 2023. Just so anyone could look back in this video, and even myself, and see what Gilneas was like before the revamp. And that's exactly what we have got. Even from a roleplay perspective, coming back to the city and setting up a community hub, which is what I'll be planning to do with some other guild leaders over the next few months. So if you want to be involved in that, you can always give us a shout in the comments. If you're on Argent Dawn or any other kind of realm, you know, you can always let us know and see what yours are doing. But it'd be nice to see a good community getting set up for it. So yeah, really looking forward to getting Gilneas back. It is a good start, I think, in terms of what we can expect. So what I wanted to do is, I imagine we're getting hopefully a progressional rebuild, as I say, and not just it fully installed. But I can imagine, I think other ones have thought the same, as I've seen online, that it could very well be done by over a year from now, which would be roughly when Midnight launches the second of the third expansion, second of the three that we were giving announcement for in BlizzCon. So therefore, we could be seeing a brand new revamp by patch 12.0, hopefully. So let's have a quick look. Show you here. I'll get myself out of the way. To see what, see, there we are. Just takes a second for it to reload. To have a quick look at Gilneas as it currently is. So I'm up at the up at Greymain Manor. Now, obviously, I imagine the wall will be one thing we will see starting to get repair work done, and workers and scaffolding and stuff. I imagine we should see that over the next few patches leading up into the War Within and beyond, probably before we get a full revamp. But I will have a look around the city. Okay, so as I was saying in the video there earlier, a little bit earlier there, just about this area, which was down by the harbour. I would love to see this area kind of back up again. Now, how that happens and what happens, it would be interesting to see. But this is what we currently have. It'd be great to see this area back with the city. Now, again, they may try to rebuild on top and leave this under here, or it may just be left. We mightn't get this area back, but who knows? It could be part and parcel with everything that happens over the next year or so, to see how the revamp goes. But it'd be great to see if this wee area is kind of lifted up and extended on in terms of a bit of a harbour area. Now, is there anything under at the end of this? Oh, wee windmill. It's been a while since I've actually looked all around this area, to be fair. But yeah, if they got like a good harbour area, I think it would be quite cool. No. That area was... not sure if there's anything beyond, but we'll have a look. But yeah, fairly close to Greymain Manor, so you'd imagine this would have been a good place to have a few boats that would dock. Not sure there's anything beyond. No. Whoop. So yeah, it would be nice to see if that was the case. Which you can see if this was brought up to this level. There's the gate that can lead into this part. There's a few different ways in and out. This part, obviously, to lead up to the manor of Greymain. Now, we can only hope that this will all get repaired at some point. It'd be great to see the revamp. So, let's have a look. Let's go towards the city. Of course, we know there is Storm Glen and a few other areas nearby, as well as the woods, you know. So it'd be great to see what we get new. So this area. Grey Main Court. Okay. Now, the only thing I would love to see different about this area as well is that whenever you see places like here, it looks like it is a wee fishing shack, but it leads down to the, what you would imagine this is a mortuary tunnel that leads to the Rick's Repose. So, you know, it would make more sense if this was like, you know, this were like what my character is an undertaker for this kind of guild, but you'd imagine this would have been like fit for that purpose, wouldn't you? To kind of sort things out from that end for like a mortuary. But anyway, that's the only thing I would imagine would have been better or different there. So let me just keep into this view, make it easier. So this is not a bad wee area, to be fair. Now, I wonder then if we will get a few entrances opened on buildings. Now obviously we can see that there were, from the previous time, supplies and things here from the Alliance, which means just obviously that I'm sure this will be back in use again very shortly. But yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. So I imagine it will be progressional. Cathedral all looks very well. Let's have a look inside just for posterity. Now it'd be nice if we actually had an entrance to go up to the top, because it'd be nice to see up there. Could have had a bit of a stairs to go up, would have been nice. But this is how it currently looks before any revamp will happen. I think this is one of the better examples of a cathedral in the game. Far better than Stormwind in my view. I always liked the look of Gilneas, which is why I'm sure like myself, plenty of role players who have organs would have been dying for this news to start reclaiming Gilneas. So yeah, I just think that it's far superior. Just love the look and the design of it. But yeah, if there was an entrance here to go up a spiral staircase to actually get access to both sides would be a good update for that. I'm not saying it'll ever happen, but who knows? Depends. There's plenty of things to be fixed along the way. As I said before there, the gates and the wall, I imagine, will be one thing that'll need to get sorted. So the next area was across the bridge from the cathedral. That is Merchant Square, sorry, military is down there. So Merchant Square. Now you obviously remember this from whenever, if you play a Gilnean character or a working, obviously. You see the quest lines here, obviously, from whenever you're helping out the prince. Yeah. So there's plenty to see and plenty to do. I can only imagine how the revamp will look, but I will do another video like this to show perhaps the progressional stages if we do get things different. Now they're talking obviously about having Scarlets in this city. Then I wonder then if we'll start seeing a few Scarlet NPCs very shortly in upcoming patches before we get stuck into the quest line. Who knows? It'll be interesting to see. What would you like to see differently yourselves in terms of the revamp? Now, the whole revamp of the North would be quite good. I would love to see, as I said before in the video for Stromgarde, I would love to see it return to the way it used to be. the way it was in the video that I put up, it would be fantastic, especially from a roleplay perspective. So, but this here, the benefit of having Gilneas back with a community hub is fantastic. So there's plenty of, obviously, if these were all put up again properly, we could actually get a proper kind of Gilneas market going. So it'd be quite good. There's plenty of potential. So we'll head down into the military section now. Should be there, yep. Again, this is probably the biggest area, to be fair, of Gilneas. Now, whether they extend the whole city as well, just to make it a bit more spacious, or whether it stays in the exact same layout, I'm not too sure. This area is here, just right in the middle of the military district. But just right behind the cathedral. Someone else about. Maybe people are just doing the same thing as I am. I think just kind of looking around and seeing how things will look. But I think that the prospect of this will be fantastic for roleplay. So I'm really looking forward to the future and hoping it'll be beneficial for everyone. But obviously I'll look at this from a roleplayer's perspective all the time. That's us heading back into Grey Main Court. So I don't want to keep this video too long. I just wanted to kind of talk a bit about the prospect and what's happening for patch 10.2.5 for January of 2024. And to me, everything else is happening in it in terms of the dragon writing going worldwide will be quite good. But the best part of the patch is definitely reclaiming Gilneas for me. So talked about this area then, the harbour. So I'm not sure what'll happen with the Blackwalled, or whether Stormglen will start to see it kind of expand in terms of its reach. It could do. It could get a bit of an expansion, I suppose, for the village, as well as I'm not sure if they'll do anything different with Tempest's Reach or not. But I imagine it'd be something that'll be involved in the revamp. But this would be quite a good place to set up another community once we get the city back. I'll be looking forward to seeing the quest line. So now, let me see actually if I can find out whether we'll have, see the developer notes for the PTR. Might tell us a bit more information. Just the same thing I think it was given me there, but it does state about, let's see, it does state somewhere, I think I've seen it in one of the videos, about the quests. What we're looking at here does here. I think it's this one here, actually. Okay. After we look at advert, of course, it has to be done. It's YouTube after all. Now, so to Gilneas, a Crusade of Red, Atrix Retort, Knee High, Scarlet Blood, Smoke. I'm not sure this was a leak, or because I can't really see it myself. It could very well be a revamp leak. So Scarlet Blood. Can't see it obviously, so let me see. Show you. We go back to this one. There you are. So that's what I was looking at, just as what could very well be part of the quests when we get up to Gilneas. Whether that's part of a leak or whether that's just rumors what it'll be like. But obviously, Crusade of Red, it'll get us into the whole, you know, situation with Scarlets and what damage they've possibly done to Gilneas in its state that it is. So we'll go back to the game display here. But yeah, still think it'll be good all the same. Obviously we know what'll happen. We'll eventually beat out the Scarlets from this area. They will probably, obviously, I would imagine, go somewhere else, and we'll still have to deal with them. I wonder how that'll tie in with Midnight. But if you have any theories of your own, do let us know. So here's around Tempest Reach, where it currently sits. So there is plenty of room for development. So it'd be nice to see if anything else does get added on additionally, or whether it'll just be kind of repairing everything that they currently have for the revamp. I'll say whether we'll get access to other buildings and that there. I hope so. I hope if any of the developers look at videos like this before they do the full revamp, please just open up a lot more places in terms of roleplay and things like that, just to make it a bit more accessible. I think would be the best way to look at it. Now, sorry, I keep going to zoom out, but it keeps going. Let me see now. So far, obviously, from 10.2, there's been no 10.2.5 is obviously the next one, but 10.2 obviously the one we have at the moment. There's no evidence of, not that I can see anyway, there's no evidence of Scarlets or bodies, because I imagine we would have heard about that. We can have a little look around the city before we finish this video. But yeah, any information you have, or any theories you have, or just generally what you would like to see happen for Gilneas as we get it back, do let me know. Even if you're looking at it from just a game perspective or an outside perspective, or if you roleplay yourselves. Now, I would love to think if there were any updates or any bodies around for Scarlets, they would probably appear in the opening patch, obviously, for once we get started on the quest line. But there, yeah, well, there we have it. There's really no bodies about it at all. So it does look like the way it's going to happen then, as say, Callie will keep her word, the Desolate Council will keep their word, and after so many years they would have just had the Forsaken pull out and abandon the city. And this is obviously when the Scarlets decided to move in, because there was a lot of talk about the Scarlets coming back to this side of Azeroth from Northrend. And where were they going to go? Were they just going to go straight back towards Lordaeron and the Scarlet Cathedral and that there? Or, you know, at least now we know roughly where a lot of them are going and where they have been. And this means they've been hiding around Gilneas. So at least we'll get a bit of information as time goes on about the Scarlets and what's planned for them. So how about we look over here first? This is the other part. This is the very end of the tunnel underneath, coming up to the graveyard. Obviously where the prince was buried. So you imagine you'll see Gain coming back here, and obviously promising to his son that he would retake the city. and exactly what he's going to do. So yeah, I think this will be a really, really good addition. I've been wanting this news for a long time about getting Gilneas back. Probably more so than Lordaeron, to be fair. I mean, we're still looking to see how the Revamp update will affect other areas, not just Gilneas. That will affect like the Stromgarde, Lordaeron. Obviously they're talking about Quel'Thalas as well, about the whole revamp of that. So there's a lot to look at, and a lot to keep us busy, I think. So that's it. That's where I just wanted to have a wee bit of a chat about my thoughts for what's happening. And I'm hoping that the revamp of the city will be great. But I imagine it'll be progressional as well. You'll see once we start doing the quest line, once the quest line's finished, I imagine you'll start seeing NPCs kind of hammering away. And you know, getting things sorted. So I imagine that'll be the way things will be over the next year, perhaps, after this next patch kind of launches. So we'll see how that goes. So I think I'll leave it there. So I just wanted to have a wee quick nosy around and see Gilneas the way it is the minute before things change. So we'll always have this to kind of look back on. But there we are. It's a cool area. So yeah, thank you very much guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this little trip into Gilneas with us, and looking forward as much as I am to the next patch. And I'll do my best now to got some of the Emerald Dream quests up on the channel at the minute anyway. There's a few more to go, and then I'm going to have a look today or tomorrow at the final chapter. Hopefully then it's ready to go, where Emirdaso will kind of rejoin the world and leave the Emerald Dream. So I'm going to react to some things that happens there. So that'll do for now. Thanks for watching guys. Bye.